Good morning in Asia, but good night over here in Atlanta. We're back 10 p.m. Eastern every single night to answer the question that was posed in Soundcheck. And all of you at home, no, I do not have a life. I'm here every single night, 10 p.m. Eastern, with the incredible sound team here, and we're just so excited to be bringing music to you. And I gotta tell you, I'm broadcasting live from my parents' place in Atlanta, same house I grew up in. And we do these concerts late because my mom and dad go to sleep around this time. But I heard this morning that my mom, she's been watching the broadcast and she was told not to because that makes the Wi Fi signal go out. So all I got to say right now is, hi, Mom, if you're watching, we're going to try to get through this as quickly as possible. I'm going to give you a pop quiz tomorrow to see if you're watching. Um, but thanks, Mom and Dad, for bringing in the huddled masses and me for this quarantine. So why are we doing this? By now, you know, international emergency. We're going through this time. All the gigs have been canceled. I saw one estimate that the gigs are canceled into 2021. There's a $9 billion impact, according to another estimate, that the live concert space will lose out on. It's not just the artists. Of course, the artists, we love the artists. It's everyone in the live entertainment space, the bookers, the promoters, the engineers, the managers. So if you know someone in the arts, reach out to them, buy their music, ask if you can be there for them. This broadcast, we started it 32 days ago. This is now broadcast number 43, and we've done about 1.5 million views. So thank you to the incredible audience that's supporting these broadcasts. And the reason, again, is to put the spotlight back on the people who deserve it. The artists, the artists are there for us throughout the year, throughout every year, sharing their minds, their bodies, their souls with us. And we, I think, owe it to them to put the spotlight back on them and keep the music going as much as possible. So that is what this broadcast is all about. All right. So where can you? Oh, I also want to say thank you to our partners at All About Jazz. They started in 1995. Michael Ritchie, who started this organization. Unfortunately, the COVID situation, the pandemic, has affected many people in the music community, especially in jazz, and they're chronicling at All About Jazz how it's impacting some of the leading legends. We're losing a lot of the leading legends in the jazz and blues space. So check out the website to get the latest on, and if you're an artist, go there to claim your artist page. And if you're a patron, please donate to them. So thanks to Michael Ritchie for simulcasting these broadcasts. Also, where can you find us? You can find us just about everywhere. We're on the Facebook. We're also on the Twitter. We're also on the Very Delicious, and it goes very nicely with s'mores, with marshmallows. You make s'mores. The Instagram cracker. There are all kinds of cool effects. Right now, I'm in the middle of the universe, floating around. And we're also on LinkedIn. I know a lot of people have lost their jobs. If you're looking for a job on LinkedIn, I'm sorry to have interrupted your search, but just enjoy the music. We can live in the moment. You can get back to the search. And, if you're a vice president, a senior vice president, executive vice president, CFO, chief marketing officer, webmaster, accountant, lawyer, dog trainer, eyeglass salesman, sunglass salesman. I'm not going to wear them, actually. Seriously, we appreciate all the love we're getting from LinkedIn. All right. We're also on the YouTube. Subscribe, notify, and you will get notified on when we go live. All right. Oh, I see Atlanta's in the house. Shout out to Earl, ATL. All right. So now, how can you get booked on the show? Last thing I got to say is if you want to get on the show, hit me up on Facebook and Instagram. Yes, I always love these new graphics that come up. Fireworks. We have had a lot of great artists on the show. There's a bit of a waiting list. I'm sorry, it's about 70 artists. I'm trying to get through it as much as we can. We're trying to get, I know my friends are hitting me up, but we'll try to get to you. It's just my parents only sleep once a day, sometimes twice a day for an afternoon siesta, so I can only do so many shows. And that's it in terms of the public service announcements. And now for the best part of the show, while you're here, not for me, for the artist. This artist, I can't even do this with my eyes shut. Check this out. This artist is a multi-instrumentalist. I want to watch. Is a multi-instrumentalist, composer, arranger. I like to say she's a band leader, conceptual artist because she's always working with these big themes. She has incredible stage presence. I know so many of you know who she is. She's an author. She is someone who's so personal and kind, and is always a first-class professional. I work with a lot of artists, and she's always on top of it, always sweating the details. So, it gives me great pleasure to bring to the show the multi-Grammy nominated Mindi Abair. Welcome.
Hey, thanks, Kabir. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Welcome, welcome. Where are you broadcasting from today?
I am right outside San Francisco in my living room, and this is where I've been for the past month or so. So I've gotten very comfortable.
You look comfy. You look comfy. Tell me, how has the pandemic affected your music schedule? What have you had to kind of rearrange in your professional life?
Well, let me say, first of all, what you opened up with was just so perfect. And thank you for saying all that. Thank you for doing this because this is such a cool way to kind of give back to the music. I find that the way that we connect in person is the way that we connect when we're not in person. And yeah, we're all in our living rooms, but we love music, and music is that great connector. So, I love that you've put on these things for artists that you love and artists that you know, and it's just cool to be a part of it. But to answer your question,
Thank you.
yeah, everything just went away, and it's wild. We've lived through a lot in our lifetimes, but to all of a sudden in March just have every show that we've got on our books just cancel. We've never seen that for anything. We've gone through a lot of stuff, but this is something completely different, and I don't know how people live through it as artists and band members and like you were so great to point out, the crew and the sound people and the people that do lighting and the people that work in the theaters. It's really interesting. We were supposed to be in front of 10,000 people this past weekend at the Tampa Bay Blues Festival, and we were supposed to be in front of 10,000 people at the Berks Jazz Festival, and it's just it's crazy to see that all go away. You just don't think it can. So it's definitely an odd reality for us right now.
Totally. Has anything been rebooked or is it just canceled for the time being?
Most people have rebooked, and at first they were trying to rebook for the summer and kind of put it together, but it's been, this kind of living through this and seeing that it is more serious than a lot of us thought. So no, I don't think this summer is going to happen. A lot of people are booking 2021. So a lot of our shows have been put off till then. We haven't had anything cancel, for sure. It's just all let's reschedule to next year. And a few things have, rescheduled for this fall. And, it's just interesting to kind of live through it and see where all these things actually end up and watch kind of how it evolves for us. But I mean, I miss everyone. We've been doing our own Facebook Lives every Tuesday night here, drinking wine and playing music because you miss that connection. And I know it's what we do for a living and it's how we pay the rent and everything. But at a certain point, it's how we connect, and it's wild to sit in my house and realize how important that is to all of us. This music really, it's so important to all of us.
Totally. Tell me when and exactly where we can find that broadcast and
Oh
what you
yeah,
guys talk about.
go to Facebook and go to Mindi Abair, and we're Facebook Live every Tuesday night, 5 p.m. Pacific time, which is me, and 8 p.m. your time, Eastern time. And I go on, it's a wine and music session. So my husband's a wine guy, so he'll come in and do a little wine intermission. And we have a wine company, Reserve Tastings. So we're usually drinking our own wine. And he'll come in and do a tasting and tell you some cool stuff. And I'll just play a bunch of music. We take requests, all week. People are messaging me on Facebook and just saying, hey, we want to hear this or we want to hear this. And so it's been fun to kind of do a bunch of songs from my first couple records, do some songs from my newest records, and we've mixed it all up. It's been amazing. It's what I needed. It makes me feel like, hey, I've got a purpose for Tuesday, and we're getting together and seeing everyone and talking to everyone. It's really fun.
Totally. What would you like to begin your set with?
There's a song that I've done in my live set for many years, and we've done it different ways throughout the years. But I think everyone and their brother has covered this song. It's a Gershwin song, "Summertime," and there's a reason why people have covered it, because it's just amazing. And as a saxophonist, it's one of the best melodies that I've ever heard. And it's fun to play. But in a larger sense, you're doing this because we're all shelter in place for the coronavirus. They say that summertime, the warmth and the sun will hopefully slow it down. So call this kind of my rain dance for the summer. All right. So we'll leave it to George Gershwin to maybe bring better days. Can I switch over?
Yes, please do.
All right, getting rid of these. Trading them in for a saxophone.
Yeah. I love me some summertime. So awesome.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
I love me some Gershwin and some Mindi. Got a lot of love coming in.
Nice.
Rosetta says she wants to bust out. She hasn't played the saxophone in years. That makes her want to bust out the saxophone and play like that.
You should bust out your saxophone for sure.
Totally, totally. Got a lot of. I'll put some love on the screen. Valdosta, Georgia, in the house. Some questions coming in. I want to ask you: are you spending any of the time at home working on new material, any new written stuff? How are you jogging your creativity while you're at home?
You know, it's an interesting time. Right before everything kind of blew up with COVID-19 and kind of us realizing what a huge thing this was, we were going into the studio to record a new record. And so at the very beginning of March, I was in Los Angeles with my band and with a few friends in the studio doing a brand new CD, a solo record for me. And so it was this just outpouring of all these songs that were, you know, that were new and that were meaningful, and it was just this amazing joy. I mean, when you make a record, it's kind of you just giving a pound of flesh every minute, because it's songs that I wrote, it's songs that I've, you know, heard in my head, and then you're getting them out. So it was this really amazing kind of time of beauty getting these songs out. And then all of a sudden, you know, we all rush to our homes, and here this record is sitting in the can, and I'm just dying to get it out there. So it's an interesting time, and being home, there's actually a couple of vocals that I couldn't do because I had a cold, and I couldn't really sing them in the studio. So I've hooked up in my closet, really sexy, I know. I'm singing into my closet, doing the last few vocal takes so that we can actually have the entire record done. So it's been, you know, a different thing.
Sure. Have you announced that album or the title yet?
I haven't announced it. We haven't done anything on it.
Okay.
You know, it's like the songs have just kind of been there. It's been, you know, when are we going to do it? Because we really don't know when we're going to put it out. We were going to do it, you know, come summer. But right now it's kind of, I'm going to see. But the album is a solo record, so it's Mindi Abair, and the album will be called Forever.
Love it. Forever. Now and forever.
Yeah, forever. Mindi Abair, forever.
We have a question from John in Manitoba wanting to ask, what kind of piano are you playing and what kind of saxophone are you playing?
This piano is an Albert Weber, and I've had it for many years, and I do a lot of writing on piano. So it's a 6-foot grand, and you know what? It's one thing to have a keyboard and be able to plug it in and carry it with you, but it's another thing to play a real piano and feel it, you know, in your knees.
Yeah.
So it's been fun, and I've played a lot more piano since I've been at home. I mean, usually I've got my band. I've got my keyboard player. I will put him up against anyone. He is the best keyboard player on the planet. Rodney Lee, he's amazing. So he doesn't need me to play, but now I don't have him. He's in his own living room.
Yeah.
So I've been playing a lot more piano, but saxophone is my main instrument, and I'm playing a Yamaha Custom Z. So it's a Yamaha silver-plated Custom Z, which is a little more rare, but I love the sound of it. And boy, I had a Mark VI, a Selmer Mark VI before this, and it takes a lot for we saxophone purists to put down our Mark VI for a horn.
Yeah.
I sat at Yamaha for almost 8 hours and went between these horns. I just couldn't believe what I was hearing. And I put my Mark VI down, and I've played this
Ever since.
this Custom Z for a long time now, and it is killer. I mean, this horn just, you know, you want a horn that's not going to hold you back, but give you room to be who you are and make you better. That's my horn. And my mouthpiece is a mouthpiece, that's my signature mouthpiece that I made with Theo Wani. Theo Wani's a mad scientist mouthpiece manufacturer, and he's just amazing. He makes all kinds of great mouthpieces, but we worked for almost 3 years on this mouthpiece, just trying to make a mouthpiece that was resonant and even, and that you could get the altissimo and get the lower tones and just have it be this full, amazing thing. So it's my signature Mindi Abair custom mouthpiece made by Theowani.
Got it. Chris was asking, did you ever get back the sax that was stolen? Did you have one that was stolen?
Yes. Yes, I had a sax that was stolen, and no, I did not ever get it
All
back.
right, you sax thieves around the world, we're looking out for you. So we
Yeah.
need to get that back into Minnie's hands, all right?
That's actually what made me finish my mouthpiece. Like all of a sudden, I was playing this kind of one-off, highly customized mouthpiece that I had worked on with Oleg Garbazov for a long time, and there was not another one on the planet.
Sure.
I had been working with Theowani, we were on tour with Aerosmith. He'd come out to the shows and work backstage with me, and we just wanted this mouthpiece to be amazing. And I called him one day and I just said, my horn was stolen, my mouthpiece was stolen, everything I have is gone. Like the universe is saying we have to finish my mouthpiece. And we finished it the next week. We got together and I played it for about a year, and then it came out on the market the next year. And it's been really fun to see other people play it. So sometimes you make lemonade out of lemons, but I would love to get that horn back one day.
All right, we'll put that out there in the universe. What would you like to play next?
I'm going to play a song. This is from a couple records back. It's called I'll Be Your Home. And this is a song that I wrote and recorded on my Wild Heart CD. And it was a CD that I had a lot of friends come in and help me for. I had Greg Allman on it, and Trombone Shorty, Max Weinberg from Springsteen's band, Joe Perry from Aerosmith. I was fresh off the Aerosmith tour. Booker T. Jones and I wrote a song together and performed it on this record. And this particular song, Keb Mo came in and sang with me. And it's a special song. It's about being there for someone you love. Sometimes home is the building that you're in, but no matter where you are in the world, if you're with the one you love, you're home, right? So
Amen.
I did it on that CD with Keb Mo, and then we did it on our Live in Seattle record with Mindi Abair and the Bone Shakers, and that was a whole different.
And Jake played drums? Did Jake play drums?
Super cool.
Jake Najor played drums?
Jake, yeah. Do you know Jake?
He's watching right now, and he just made the comment, I play drums.
Jake, you played drums. You played the hell out of the drums. Love to Jake. All right, so pretend Jake is playing drums. This is called I'll Be Your Home. If you've lost your way, know that I'm here to stay. You just reach out your hand, 'cause I'll always stand by you. When you're down and out, you've been left high and dry. You just call out my name. There ain't no shame in crying. I'll always be by your side. I'll walk a winding road. I'll bear your heavy load. I'll be your home. And in the darkness of night, you'll never be on your own. home. I'll always be by your side. We'll walk the winding road. I'll bear your heavy load. I'll be your home. And in the darkness of night, you'll never be on your own. Don't have to go it alone. I'll be your home. 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 I like your applause. Nice. Thank you. It's like we've really got an audience out there. I love that. I'm always coming up with
Yeah. Come on, keep going. Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
They love you. We have a big fan base in Atlanta. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Keep it going. Keep it going.
We woke them up, didn't we?
So soulful.
You guys are great.
I want to see the applause. So those are the hearts on the screen. For every emoji of an applause, we're gonna go 5 more seconds with the applause. Let's see some love from Mindy down there. We got some bringing tears to my wife's eyes. We got some. All right, this is at least 20 seconds worth of applause. There we go. Nancy is applauding from home. Yeah, everyone applauding. We're gonna give her all the love from around the world. We got hearts. That was awesome.
All in this together.
All right, settle down, settle
That
down.
feels good.
This crowd's good because they stop on time, which is remarkable.
They do what you want them to do, don't they? Uh-huh.
They're very good. Sometimes they just randomly apply. Beautiful, so soulful, so soulful. You have so much soul, and even when I notice when you play the sax, when you play the piano too, your phrasing is so elegant and but you're really pulling at our heartstrings. The way you phrase things, the way you put things. Do you have, in terms of your musical influences, what do you draw upon the blues musicians? Is it a mix of the jazz musicians? Who are the folks that you're channeling? I know you're channeling yourself, but what's the recipe of Mindi Abair? What went into the mind to create that sound?
Thank you for saying that. What a nice
Yeah.
thing to say. You know what? I grew up with a lot of different music. My father was in a band when I was born, and I grew up on the road for the first couple of years, just watching his band, and it was a blue-eyed soul band. So it was blues and soul, and just a lot of very emotional, just high energy music. And meanwhile, my grandmother was an opera singer, so I had that coming at me. And when his band broke up, I was 4 or 5 and started putting together rock bands. So, my earliest influences were rock and pop and soul and blues. And that's really where I saw myself. I wasn't that person that grew up with a lot of traditional jazz. I know when I landed in college, someone asked me my first week, well, you're a saxophone player, so do you like traditional jazz or do you like contemporary jazz? And I just looked at him and, I said, I don't know the difference. So, for me, I was looking towards Heart and Tina Turner and Aerosmith and the Rolling Stones and Maceo Parker playing with James Brown and, Springsteen and Clarence Clemens playing for him. So I was coming at it from a totally different viewpoint. And for me, it was emotion. And if you can make someone feel with a song, that's what I aim to do. I know that's what I love in a band or an artist. I just, whether
Yeah,
I'm laughing or crying or rocking out, I want to feel something.
totally. When I first heard you play on one of your records, the first thing I was like, this sounds like Maceo, that kind of that groove and that
Nice.
presence. And you have that presence. I really want to see you play live because I'm sure it's a great show. But I mean, I'm seeing you not live now, but anyone who's watching, check out Mindy's website. Let's put that up on the screen so you can go. Also, make sure to subscribe to her on Spotify so you get notified. She, of course, MindyAbair.com. Also on Facebook, she's doing live streams on Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Check that out. And just, her new album drops, you said, in September,
I'm not
Forever,
sure. We're gonna
fall.
feel it out. I
All
mean,
right,
it's
so,
mostly in the can, so I would say probably early fall
okay,
is when it'll drop. Mindy Abair
cool.
Forever.
Look out for Forever. All right, perfect. If anyone has any questions, I can drop them in the comments for Mindy. A lot of questions coming in. We'll try to squeeze a couple in.
Yeah,
But now maybe we would love to hear another song.
absolutely. Well, you and I spoke before this, and I really wanted to play something from the new record. It's not out, and you know, we were in the studio, and as a songwriter and musician, it's so hard to record new music and
Yeah.
not play it for you.
But by the way, I think you dropped out of the Instagram feed. I don't know if that.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. Do you see it?
No. Let me see.
Oh.
Hold on. I'm
While
moving to the Instagram feed.
while she's looking, put the album up on the screen. Shoulder to Shoulder. That's an album that Mindy was on recently with Karen Allison. This year is the 100-year anniversary of the women's right to vote. So the 19th Amendment was passed in the year, was implemented in the year in 2020, August 2020. And this is the 100-year anniversary. See there, the Karen Allison Sextet, incredible artists like Ingrid Jensen, Mindi Abair, of course, Helen Sung, Ndia Owens, Allison Miller. That's the band. And some guest artists like Harry Belafonte, Regina Carter, Roseanne Cash, Denise Donatelli, just kind of a who's who of who's on the album. And Mindy graced us by being in the band. And it was a fun project to be a part of. And Mindy, you can hear on so much of the album. And this year again is the 100th anniversary of the women's right to vote. And this obviously being an election year, voting rights and suffrage are on the ballot. So check out the album on Spotify. Did you get it?
I can get Instagram, but I sure can't get the live feed. So
Oh, really?
sorry.
So everyone watching on Instagram, click the
Come
link.
over to Facebook.
Come over to the Facebook because you're not going to want to just watch me. All right. So check. Sorry, we're gonna have to say bye bye on Instagram for now, but that's okay. So why don't we hear what song were you gonna play? Sorry, I was just trying to fill time by talking
Oh, that was awesome.
about this
And
record. But I'm glad you were on the Karen Allison project. It was really fun.
I loved Karen Allison.
Yeah.
I was always a fan of hers, and her asking me to play on this record was just, it was so cool, and it was so it was just a treat. Ingrid Jensen and I went to college together at Berklee College of Music, and I mean, literally, we've never played together since. And so
Wow.
it was amazing to play with her. It was amazing to be on this record with incredible women, and what a message, Layla Hathaway was on it. She was also my classmate at Berklee, and
Wow.
so I was amongst friends, and it was an incredible message.
It seems like
And
it was
get out
a
that
class
message that-
reunion.
I know it really was. It was amazing. I've played with Layla and we've recorded together, but Ingrid, I mean, she just went into this different world, and she's such an amazing player.
Yeah.
And it was amazing for me. So I
Awesome.
think this record should be out there in the world, and it's a beautiful thing to get it out there.
Awesome. What would you like to play? Remind everyone.
Yeah, I want to play something from the new record. it's burning a hole in me, and I want to play you a new song, and I'm gonna bring in. Can I introduce?
Please.
My husband. Totally pimping out my husband. So I need some help on guitar. He hasn't really played guitar since he was in college. I think it got him girls, but he's pretty good, and I'm totally using him. So Eric Guerra.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course he brought in wine. Right?
Yep.
So yeah, it's like it's kind of nice to be at home, and I've tapped into him like, hey, I can't play and sing and play sax at the same time and do all this. So we've had fun playing together and sitting around and drinking great wine. And it's been a beautiful thing. So this particular song off the new record is called Fine Wine and Vinyl.
Nice.
I need some, liquid refreshment.
No, I'm good.
Okay, hold on, I gotta get my thing going here. Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Nobody's spinning attractive anymore. Nobody's paying paper boy to leave news at the front door. You gotta kick back, drop the needle, wait for the sign. Oh, and bell bottom shoulder pads may be coming back around. Oh, baby, you and me always gonna be the talk of the town, around for centuries, never ever going out of style. Like fine wine and vinyl. You make me feel like a natural woman. As long as I'm your brown-eyed girl, yeah, you be my sugar pie, honey bun. Oh, baby, you and me always gonna be the talk of the town, around for centuries, never ever going out of style, like fine wine and vinyl. Oh, like the melody after 50 years, we're still singing, baby, just like a diamond ring. We're never ever going out of style. Fine wine and vinyl. Wine, fine, 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 fine. Never ever going out of style. Put down the needle, pour me a glass. We might kill the fire, but our love's gonna last. Baby, you and me, always gonna be the talk of the town, around for centuries. We never ever going out of style, like fine wine and vinyl. Oh, like the melody after 50 years, we're still singing, baby, just like a diamond ring. Never ever going out of style, fine wine and vinyl. Oh yeah, fine, 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 fine. Never ever going out of style. Put down a needle, pour me a glass. We might kill the bottle, but our love's gonna last. Baby, you and me, always gonna be the talk of the town, around for centuries. We never ever going out of style, like fine wine and vinyl. Yes! Woo!
Hey,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. We love you.
A lot of
We love you both.
applause.
All right. People love that song, first of all, and I love that song. People want to know what you're both drinking right now.
Okay. We are drinking. That's a fine question. We're drinking wine from our company. So you can check that out. See, it's called Soul.
Love it.
So we have a company called Reserve Tastings, and I obviously married a wine guy, so he finds really cool wine, and I make it music centric and put a playlist to it, and it's cool. Like we would always drink wine at home, and invariably we'd come up with some playlist. So we'd be talking and drinking, and I'm like, oh, this is a big red, Cabernet, and it's amazing, and this is soul music. We're gonna play some Otis Redding and some Sam Cooke to go with this wine. So for us, we figured we loved pairing music and wine, and probably other people would like to as well. So we started our company, Reserve Tastings, and we ship people wine 4 times a year, and it's all music centric. Every brand we put out, it's all original artwork, and it's incredible wine. He knows everyone, so he finds amazing stuff, and the playlists are a blast. And when you come to our live shows, usually we do a wine and music tasting before my live shows, so it's super fun. It works for everyone. You get a little wine in you, makes the show better.
Yeah. Go. Yeah. I mean, what a great experience that is.
Yeah.
I hope you've played at the city wineries.
Oh, we have, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, they should sort of like sponsor your next tour. Just
I
go to
know,
city.
right? They should. He said, "Have we played the city wineries?"
Oh yeah.
So absolutely.
Yeah.
That'll be
Everyone,
fun.
check out Mindy's website. There's a link that you can get to this Reserve Tasting Wine website. So check that website out and sign up to get access to great wines and playlists. Right?
Yeah, actually, the wine we're drinking, it's a Cabernet Sauvignon, and it's coming out. Our next shipment is next week, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
2016.
See, he's got the geeky stuff. Yeah. He
Was it-
always he puts in tasting notes and puts in everything with each wine, and I of course put in music notes for the playlist that I've created.
Yeah.
So it's good. He gets to be the wine geeky guy, and I get to be the music geeky girl.
You guys make a great pairing. All right.
I agree.
Um, yeah, exactly. Tell me, what would you like to play next? We're gonna do a Bill Withers tune, right?
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm such a fan of Bill Withers, and he was a friend, and we were introduced because he had a song that he wanted me to do, actually for my Wild Heart record. And so I went over to his house, and he played me this demo of a song that was just stone cold Bill Withers. It was amazing, and he was singing on the demo, and it was very just the two of us ish. And he just said, "I'm a fan. It would be so cool to work out this saxophone melody with you and do the song." And I just said, "You have to sing it. I mean, this is you." And he didn't want to sing it. He was like, "I'm done with my singing days, but I love the song." So I made a deal with him. If he would sing it, I would do it. Because you've got Bill Withers singing on it. It's like, oh. But sadly, he passed away, and I was lucky enough to be his friend and get to know him, and he definitely left me a calm, inspired person. He was a great influence. I think he was that to all of us.
Yeah, totally.
So So I want to do a song. I'm going to keep the husband up here. This is one of my favorite songs that he did. They're all my favorite. But Ain't No Sunshine. How you doing?
Good.
Beautiful. Beautiful tribute. Beautiful tribute. I like Donna's remark. Donna's remark here saying, Bill up in heaven saying, I know that girl can play. Yeah, Mindy, soulful and tasty.
Thank you. We love Bill.
Thank you, Donna.
You're going to go, okay, this is Eric's exit, and he's going to take the wine with him. Aw.
Farewell, my friend. Smart
he's
man.
Like, more wine.
Yeah. Your sax was missing, and now your wine's missing. So.
Yeah, right? Well, I don't know who took the sax, but I definitely know who took the wine.
Yeah, totally. Well, I think you have one last one.
Yes.
You can do one last one. This is your swan song for the quarantine concert. It's really been a pleasure having you on the show. What would you like to end with tonight?
There's a song that every night when I'm live with my band, my drummer has said that he will quit if we don't do this song. Sometimes it is all about keeping your drummer happy. But this is a song that I wrote for my Lifeless Ordinary CD. It was one of my first CDs. And, I always figured when people came to see my band that they'd have their hands in the air. I grew up with hands in the air, lighters in the air, right? And so I figured that was what I wanted. That's what I grew up with. So I wanted to write songs that were, maybe not your normal modern jazz, traditional jazz, contemporary jazz, acid jazz, whatever it is. This was stadium jazz. So pretend you're in a stadium. I know it's my living room, but I would like your lighters in the air, or at least your hands up or your wine glass up. So I named this one Bloom.
Yeah. Awesome. That was awesome.
Lighters up! I love it! The Zippo app! Thank you. Kabir has left the building. Ah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Here's to you. Thank you. That was like 10 standing ovations.
5 standing ovations.
Okay, 5. It felt like 10.
Oh, I can do 10. That was awesome. That was awesome. Thank you so much for being on the quarantine concert series. Always a pleasure just exchanging with you. I get motivated and inspired by your music. And I know everyone does at home. You can see Mindi, check out her website, mindyabair.com. Check out her Facebook, check out her Spotify, and just enter the world of Mindi's incredible existence. So that is that. I also want to give a shout out to the sound and tech team who are with us every night. Sandra and Camilo.
Thank you, guys.
Those are the wolves, but actually, if you ask about their dogs, Maui and Oreo, they will give you a discount. So if you're an artist out there that need mixing and mastering services, any audio services, hit them up. Check out their website, soundworksrecording.com. Really special people. They volunteered to help me on this broadcast. And now here we are in our show number 43, I believe. So, all right, we're back 10 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. 3 p.m. tomorrow. Bruno Sangar, at 3 p.m. Eastern for the matinee. 10 p.m. Eastern for the show with, who do we have tomorrow? Oh, Benny Benak the third. And we have coming up, I think, in a few days, Regina Carter, Joey Alexander. Some great shows lined up. All right, everyone have a good night. God bless. Stay safe. Stay home. Bye.